Hello, YouTube. Today we are going to be going over the Chaos Chambers announcement that came on March the 8th for in-game content for Tiny Tina Wonderlands. So the Chaos Chambers are runs that are a randomized challenge that should take about 20 to 30 minutes. And it looks like we are going to have 60 different level layouts. After being asked on Twitter, one of the devs was nice enough to let us know that our the 60 levels are going to be actually individual 60 different levels that are there. From what it sounds like, there's going to be 3 different rooms, a mini boss, 3 different rooms, and then the main boss. So, kind of like the takedowns in Borderlands 3, you've got some mobbing to do, a mini boss, some mobbing to do, and then a boss. And with those 60 levels, it will be spread out through all of those. They are going to have different enemies in each room. So even if you get the same room and 2 or 3 runs or whatever, say like you've got one room that's on room 1, and then you get that same room on room 4 on your second run or whatever, right? They are going to be different enemy types in each room. So it's not like you're going to be getting, oh, I know it's this room, it's always going to be this enemy, etc., etc. Really ramping up that replayability with a lot of different um, complex changes. Something really great about the completion of the Chaos Chamber runs is going to be crystals and moon shards. So moon shards are kind of going to be like in Diablo 3, whenever you want to re-roll a passive on one of your items, it is the currency that you use alongside your gold to re-roll. So in Tiny Tina Wonderlands, we're going to have enchantments instead of anointments in Borderlands. So the enchantment will be re-rolled just like you can in Borderlands 3, but instead of having one base, it's always 250 iridium to roll like it is in Borderlands 3. It will be moon shards, and they will be an increasing amount per roll. So if you end up doing 2, 3, 4 rolls, and you're getting unlucky and not getting the roll on that enchantment that you want, it will be an increasing amount. So be advised, if you're not used to that, there is a certain point where it is going to be cheaper for you to just go reform that item and start re-rolling on that cheaper end than continuously re-rolling 10, 15 times, whatever the amount is. Right now, we are not currently aware what that increasing amount or base amount is going to cost. Now, the other thing is going to be crystals. So, one of the things you can do while you are in the runs themselves is collect these crystals. And you may have noticed in some of the trailers, there are little mushrooms that they popped, and they dropped these rainbow looking crystals. So, that is actually what these are going to be. And these crystals can be used in a couple of different ways, one of them being to get loot at the very end. The trailer that's playing in the corner, you may see some little bunny looking things, some rabbit looking statues. Basically, you can turn those crystals into those statues and get guaranteed loot from them. So, whenever you look at the statues, let's scroll down, there's a picture down here. Whenever you look at these statues, there's going to be a little emblem above them that tells you what they drop. So for this one, it's going to be rocket launchers. Looks like this one's probably assault rifles. So whatever you turn it into statue-wise, those crystals will turn into that loot. Right now, we are not aware of if there are legendaries droppable from the crystal statues. However, it does look like they do give you the correct drops to whatever you turn them into, which is going to be a great way to be able to get a more consistent farm for looking for something specifically. Another great thing that they're adding into this are going to be blessings and curses. So, blessings, just like it sounds, whenever you choose a blessing in a room, it will allow you to have increased critical damage, ammo capacity. There's a few other things. Kent was saying that he had a lot of fun running around with increased melee damage and just swinging through enemies. Um, the other side of that is curses. So curses are going to make the enemy stronger or make you take a damage decrease, different things that debuff you or buff the enemies, and make the fights a little bit harder. With them being a little bit harder, you are also going to get an increase to your loot amount. So you're going to get more crystals, and we can see that right here. If you're a glutton for punishment, you can even spend some of your hard-earned crystals before you enter a portal to make the next encounter elite, which makes the enemies in the next room much more difficult. In return, the loot they will drop will be improved. So basically, whenever you take on a curse, you are improving your drops. However, there will be a caveat to it, like tougher enemy, a debuff on you so you do less damage, of etc. etc. So just a really cool twist to adding something in. So with that, they really heard us on our feedback on in-game content in Borderlands 3 and wanted to make sure that they really gave us the loot we were looking for after completing a harder trial. So they made sure to, like I was talking about these statues, they made sure to really give us a way to get and feel like we're really rewarded for doing this in-game content, which is really great. One other thing I really liked they were talking about, and it's titled bragging rights here. So basically, whenever there is a weekly reset, there's going to be these featured runs. So basically, we are getting this victory screen on feature runs that tell us how many enemies we killed, what our best weapon was, what our completion rate was. And the really cool thing about that is they're going to give this little emblem that shows if you completed within the top 100 fastest completions of that run. So it says right here, oh, I managed to be in the top 100 for fastest completions of that featured run. So it's a great way to just kind of show off your build talents, see if maybe one of your friends is running something similar to yours that's just a little different. You can kind of see how that run was compared to yours and kind of just give that nice overall competition that we've kind of done in Borderlands 2 and 3 on our own, but it's going to give us an in-game feature of doing that. That being said, one thing that does worry me about that is how they're going to implement hackers into this. Because of the way that save files are implemented and whatnot, it is pretty easy to get in and mod a weapon or whatever and in one shot kill a bunch of enemies. So I'm really interested to hear more from them on how they are going to crack down on the featured runs and really make sure that those top 100 are legit runs and not people just hacking the game to get the fastest time. So that would be my one worry about that. Now, if you guys have any questions about this particular content, let me know. I'll see what I can find out for you. Or I might have heard something from somebody else that I have an answer for you. If you like this layout, let me know. I thought this was kind of a fun concept of how to do the news for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So if you really like the layout for this, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do it like this in the future. With that, guys, I've been your local Sassy Swinlaw. Stay classy, Pandora.